Thanks again for inviting us now. It's always good to come to the Filipino Embassy and to see so many new people. There's a lot of people here that we've seen before, which is great. I was asked to talk today about my experiences with the community, why we set up Philippine Generations and what Philippine Generations does. So, personally, I was born and raised here. I'm no longer a student. I've been working for a long time. I'm married. I've got kids. I'm 30 this year, so... it's great that the Philippine Embassy and Filipinos as a whole realize that there is more to the Filipino community than just overseas workers and students. The overseas workers, they have kids, and these kids are born in this country, they stay in this country, and a lot of them aren't engaged with the Philippines. They're not brought into the conversation, and they have no idea of how to get involved. And that's pretty much what drove Philippine Generations. We came together in 2007, inspired largely by Uncle Peps, who came trying to get us to come to the embassy and speak to people. Uncle Peps is very influential. He helped Colombo Filipino get up and running and everything. And it wasn't until DCM Ray Katapa, who came just before then, that the embassy really started speaking to people like me. The embassy before that thought we were just children, and they didn't realise that we were working, we had careers, we made money, and now the Philippines has realised as well, so this is great. Philippine Generations itself is a second generation-led organisation. So it was led by the children of migrant workers who said, we've been ignored for 30 years, and you need to realise that there is a second generation. And that's why we started. It was started by 5 people, all who had been involved in the Filipino community in the past, with various different groups, and our main aim was to try and get everybody speaking, everybody engaged, and everyone to realise that the Philippine Embassy is there to help, and not just for visas and passports. So in 2007 we had a meet and greet at the Philippine Embassy. We brought, I think it was about 80 new people to the embassy that had never been there before, and these 80 people, from that, so many different groups have come together, and I think the biggest legacy of Philippine Generations has been inspiring others to get involved in the community, either join an organisation, tell people that they're Filipino, be confident to say it, and actually get involved. So there's various groups here today, for instance, that have come up in the past 1, 2, 3 years that probably would not have existed because people like ourselves and people like them didn't have the confidence to come out and say, we're Filipino, we want to do something in the community. We've got a lot of events that we've done in the past. We've worked with so many different people in this room and outside. We're really looking at trying to engage everybody to get more kind of communication going on. Our next event this year is we're running some language classes. So we'll be doing a Filipino language classes for 7 and 10-year-olds. So if you know any kids who want to learn Filipino, please let them know that we're running these classes. And also for adults as well. So any adults who know, boyfriends, girlfriends that want to learn maybe, then let us know. Because this is a service that not enough is being provided of that kind of thing, and lots of people are really interested. We ran a pilot last year that was very, very successful. It proved that there is demand, it proves that people want this service, so get involved, find out from us. We also have one of our members, Michael Castro, who's not here today. He's running the London Marathon, and he's going to be running to raise money for Philippine Generations. So we'll begin fundraising for that in the next couple of weeks, and all money raised by Michael will be for the purposes of Philippine Generations to continue our work, to continue putting on events and helping the community. Another event that we're running, which was the first one last year, which was the Philippine Independence Day World Cup. We'll be doing that again this year, which is a football-based game, or soccer as some of you might know it as, which is basically the main sport of this country, and it's trying to get Filipinos engaged and playing football as sport with another group of ethnic people as well. So we had lots of people turn up last year and get involved, and we'll be doing that again. Another annual event that we do every year that some of you were at as well is the Parol event, which is building Parol together and showing your creativity and enjoying a cultural part of our lives with other Filipinos and if you are Filipino as well. So hopefully I'll see some of you at that. It happens every December. And if you need to know anything else about the community here, about what's happening, about Philippine Generations and what we do and how you can get involved, please speak to myself or to May, my wife over there. She's the Operations Director of Philippine Generations. There's currently 15 of us in the committee that manages Philippine Generations. One of them is working with Jordan over there. One Filipino who I know are going to be speaking later on. I think the best thing that comes out of all these different groups, I know that Henry will be talking about his endeavour as well, is that the more people talking about the Philippines, the more the Philippines will be heard. So for us, it's great that there's so many different people talking and getting involved, because that's ultimately going to help our community. Thank you very much.
Sorry if I'm messing up the program. I'm new at the MC.